today's going to be a great day. I'm going to do great things because I'm great. Listen, don't worry about the thoughts and opinions of the people who really don't matter. So what am I talking about? Like, I'm not talking about when you go out and it's time for you to close a deal, or you got to go out and you got to meet a new person for whatever that thing is. You need to be worried about how you present yourself and how you come off and how you look, and all that has to do with appearance and all of that. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you being authentically who you are and worrying about whether or not that's going to be acceptable. Or you going out and, you're earning money, whether you have a job that you may not feel like is a suitable job for someone in your situation. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So I ran into this guy I went to high school with, right? This was a few years ago. And he was bussing tables. And when I went into the restaurant where he was, I would go in, I sit down, and he sees me, but I don't see him see me. I just see his response, like his body language as he's walking by. And he was trying to hide. His head was down. He was red in the face. He was really embarrassed for himself to be in that situation because of how he thought I was going to view him. So when he's walking back, he can't hide nowhere. This is his job. So he's walking back and forth, and I stop him. I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a long time. How are things going? I'm not judging him, right? Because everyone goes through things, and everyone's goals aren't, my goals aren't your goals, and your goals might not be my goals. So it's the same situation. So, I'm asking him, I'm just trying to catch up with him real quick. And he was really embarrassed. And I had to tell him, I said, listen, man, don't be embarrassed because of where you are, right? I'm not judging you. You got to earn your money how you earn it. You got to live your life how you live it. I'm just happy to see you. I'm happy to see that you're doing good. And I kind of like put him at ease a little bit. But everyone's not going to have that same approach, right? Everyone's not going to have that same approach to you and how you think or how you get down or the position that you may have in life. Let me give you another example. So I own a commercial cleaning business, right? Been in it since 2015. Now, the majority of the work, like 97, 98% of the work is done by someone else. Every now and then I may have to go in, I might have to do something. But I get this brand new account. It's a big building. It's almost like a high rise. It wasn't really a high rise. It's probably I think it was like 5 stories. It's a 5-story building, but it's a low income building. It's a brand new building. It's like everything in it is new. It's a low income building. And I just get this contract. Well, the person who's supposed to be cleaning the building, he calls me and he lets me know, hey, I'm coming, but I'm on my way and I'm going to be a little bit late. I said, okay, no big deal. I completely understand. Like, I get it, right? I'm flexible. So as he's telling me, he's going to be late, I'm now getting into the elevator because I like to go in. I like to walk the building to see what's all going on before, my team gets there and they start to clean up everything. So as he's telling me that, I'm getting in the elevator, I'm going downstairs. When I'm going downstairs, I run into 2 boys, right? There's two little boys. And they're young teenage kids. They doing little bad stuff or whatever, but no big deal. One thing I will say, and this has absolutely nothing to do with this story, but I got to say it because I'm just now thinking about it. Those, majority of the kids in this building were all well behaved. I've had other low income buildings, and they, the kids be bad as hell. But in this particular building, all the kids were really respectful. Really, most of the people, everyone was really respectful. We didn't have any problems there. So back to the story, right? So I see these kids, and they're doing little bad stuff that they're doing, whatever. So I leave out of the building because I go to my truck and I go start bringing in the equipment. Since this guy's coming in late, let me at least go start setting stuff up for him. So that way it's not too much time off the clock. So I go outside, I start bringing my stuff in. Now these 2 boys that I passed on my way out, they're still kind of hanging out in the lobby. Now, as I'm coming back into the building, they're looking at each other and they're kind of looking at me laughing, snickering a little bit, laughing. So I know what they're thinking, look at this guy, he's a janitor, right? Not knowing that I own the business and I'm not here to clean anything. I'm just setting everything up for my new staff that's coming in. So I get everything inside, I run the water, And, I run the mop water. And now my guy, he's slowly starting to, he's coming in. He's letting me know, hey, I'm here. I'll be up in a minute. So I'm running all the water, everything. Now there's another guy who walks past, right? It's another guy who walks past the closet door. He's an older guy. So I'm pulling out the bucket. I got the vacuum. I got everything out. So when my staff finally makes it upstairs, that everything is going to be good and he could just start working, right? And this is his first day. I'm gonna start training him so he can start doing his thing. So it's another guy, or the guy who just walked past. Me and him, we kind of like make, just real quick conversation, right? We just make short talk. And, he was telling me basically how, he was kind of living there, but he really wasn't living there. He's trying to get his life together, right? And me and him were about the same age, black dudes. So I'm telling him, I'm like, look, man, like, you could start a business. You could start a cleaning business. Like, it don't require, I'm opening up and I'm trying to like tell him, like, if he's here and he's, saying he don't want to be in this situation, he want to better his life and all this other stuff. So I'm like giving this dude some game. I'm trying to give him some game. As I'm telling him, he looks at me and he looks at the equipment and he's like, doing that? Nah, I don't want to do no parts of that. Like, he's better than work. Like, he's better than the opportunity that I'm presenting him. Now, I'm not rich. I don't consider myself rich. My kids we live in a good neighborhood. My kids go to good schools. Like, everyone's doing okay, right? I'm not rich. But my situation isn't his situation. And if my situation was his situation, I would be doing everything I could possibly do to get out of that situation, to get to where I am right now, right? So for someone to look at me and look down on what I got going on because it's not an attractive business, or it's not but he doesn't know what my life looks like. All he knows is what he sees, right? So that's the whole thing, right? Don't ever put yourself in a situation or in the mindset that you have to be out here trying to appeal or appease to whatever someone's viewpoint of you should be. Don't try to appeal to that. Be who you are, do what you do. And most of the time, here goes the other thing. Most of the time, the people who are thinking about you are only thinking about you because they ain't got nothing else going on. The ones who actually got motion and who are making things move, they don't have time to think about you or what you got going on because they're too busy working on what they have going on and maintaining all of the wheels and the spokes within the system of their business or their life or whatever the case is. They don't have time to worry about what you got going on. It's like, even now, like when I go and I got to meet with a new doctor or a new physician, a new, a new owner of a new company that we're about to take on, the only time I've ever had anyone like look down on, where I felt like I was being looked down on, was when I'm dealing with a gatekeeper, right? And this has probably happened only a handful of times. It's never the owners of other companies who will know what my business is and look at me like I'm less than, because they're too busy running their own businesses. It's always the people who have time to look at you and judge and point the finger and say what you could be doing or what you should be doing, or the thing that you're doing, I would never do. Those people don't have enough stuff going on in their life. That's why they have the time to look at you and think that you're less than. Don't pay no attention to what them people got going on. Stay focused on what it is that you want to do. Stay focused on whether it's school, whether you want to start a business, whether you just want to get promoted at your job. Stay focused on whatever it is you got going on. Leave the noise behind, because all they are is just a bunch of noisemakers. They're not really effective. They're not going to do anything. They're just there just to keep the noise going. So all you do, stay focused on what you got to do. Keep grinding, keep hustling, keep getting to it. And I promise you, you will reach the goal that you're trying to reach. That's it for today's video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.